Hey, it's Mr. Qualls, and what I'm going to do this afternoon is talk to you about planning and how planning can make our lives much easier. Okay, the truth of a lot of our lives is that we are not in charge of our schedule day to day. Many of us, especially sixth, seventh, and eighth graders, other people know where we need to be and when we need to be there, and they regulate movement, travel, time, and things like that so that we get to where we are supposed to be. Now, this is an exceptional time and exceptionally difficult time because not only are the adults that are normally in charge of doing what they're doing are also trying to monitor what you're doing. And the ability to plan for yourself and others and make sure that others keep on their plan can be difficult for even the best of people, even the most organized people. This is going to help you organize your week, and it's going to help mitigate stress, anxiety, and just kind of help us get through this period a little healthier and a little easier. All right. So one of the keys to being in charge of your day is using a planner of some sort. Now, a planner that, if we gave you one at the school and you've got your planner with you, that's great. But if you don't use it, it really doesn't help you. This is a physical reminder that can be in the room, and it's listed by day, and you can keep track of what you're doing on each day. And I'm going to show you what I use for my kids, and what some of them have taken. One of them took to college with her, and how she modified it to fit her needs while she was away from home at school. And it really, really paid off. And it's a physical reminder of what you're doing. It's a physical reminder of what's been done. It's a physical reminder of what is coming up, right? Now, personally, I don't like using something like this. I have access to a lot of different kinds of paper. This is a larger construction sheet, but that's not what I use. What I like to use is one of these. It's a file folder. I just had a bunch of blue ones at the house, so I grabbed one. I put my name on it right here because this is mine, and I'm going to take ownership of what is on this little folder. And so you open it up. One of the reasons I like it is because there's a large workspace inside. And so what I've done with this larger workspace is I have split it up into the days of the week. Now, there's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are down here. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are on the bottom because the bulk of my work should be taken care of in the front half of the week. Right now, 7 days, you can't really split 7 days in half. But the more we can get done up front and the better we can plan these first few days of our week, the better and easier this section can go down here. And you know who lives down here on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? The Panic Monster. The Panic Monster is always around. The Panic Monster only wakes up and starts bugging you when a deadline is approaching. And the deadline in this case is this day right here. We want to have everything in our week done by Sunday, because Sunday's the end of my week, and I'm just going to set Sunday. Everything that's on this thing needs to be done by Sunday. Now, the Panic Monster, if you do not know who the Panic Monster is, the Panic Monster is someone who shows up when deadlines are approaching and it starts to overwhelm you. All right. If you don't know who the Panic Monster is, you should Google Panic, P-A-N-I-C, Panic Monster TED Talk. It's this guy. He's a lifelong procrastinator, and he's brilliant. And he has some real insights on procrastination and the way that this works and the way that deadlines affect us in any age. It doesn't matter, adult, middle schooler, you should watch that thing. As our deadline approaches, the Panic Monster grows and he gets louder and he's like, hey, are you not done with that? And what that does for a lot of us is panic us even more. Now, by the time Sunday comes up, and this is like the Panic Monster is full-blown mode, baby. And he is, you can see he's not only affecting like, hey, what are you doing? he's overwhelming the entire day. And he's, you know, he started growing on Saturday a little bit, but now he's actually affecting other days of the week. And our planning section for the next week has also been affected. So we want to keep this guy at bay. We want to keep the panic monster out of this situation. We want to keep him at bay, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our week and we're going to plan it so that it will help us work through. The first thing I'm going to do is put everything on here that happens every single week, all right? And right now what that is all of our Zoom sessions, okay? All your Zoom sessions with all your teachers. And then there's a couple of things that might recur, but this is just a template that you should look at. This is how he set it up. Maybe this would work differently for me in this manner, all right? So what I've got here is I've got a bunch of sticky notes, and one of them has lines on, all right? One of them has lines, and then I've got some different color sticky notes. Now, I'm not going to use the full sticky notes because when you look at the first thing that I've written down here, it's all of my Zoom sessions that were this last Monday and Tuesday. And you can see that it starts out, there's art, English, math, science, social studies, music, health, and then there's an open period that nobody else should be scheduling a class. And then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. I put the dates, the times here because the times aren't changing. But you can see over on this section here, whereas you've got your times haven't changed, the open period has moved up, and everything, art has moved an hour, English is an hour forward, math is an hour forward. So math goes 10, 11, 12, 1, and 2 during the week, and the English goes 9, 10, 11, 12, and 1. So everybody's day kind of just, everybody's hour pushes forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut right down, because I don't need this whole thing. So I'm going to cut my sticky notes in half with the sticky on the top, and I'm going to put this on the left side of my Monday, right here. I'm going to put this on the left side of my Tuesday, and then I have 3 others right here. I'm going to cut those real quick, and the only thing that I've got marked on my next 3 are the open classes, and I hope that other teachers are doing this as well. In my math classes, I'm posting everything on Sunday night that's going to happen during the rest of the week. And so you can look on Sunday night at the schedule, and on Wednesday, you know, I had kids that were done with all of their math and they had attended sessions on Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm only going over in the math classes, I'm only going over problems that kids have. So it's like, hey, I need to look at number 5. All right, we'll go over number 5. And if they're done with their homework, I'm not requiring them. I mean, they can show up, but they're not going to do anything except listen to problems that they're already done with. And since I'm eating, you know, like that, one of the kids yesterday said, hey, I'm done with my homework. I've turned in all 3 assignments. Do I have to show up to the Thursday and Friday Zoom meeting? And I told him, no, you've met the week's requirements. No. So I'm not going to put all of my Zoom on here until I need to. Right now, I don't know if other teachers are doing that. I don't know if they're going every other day. I haven't talked to many of them, but this is standard for the week that's coming up. Now, this is what I'm going to do on Sunday night. Prior to this, I'm going to look, and there's, oh, here's Mr. Qualls' stuff. You know what? He said he wanted section 3.1 or 3-1. He wanted 3-1 done on Wednesday. So I'm going to put on Wednesday, and I'm going to show this to you first. It says section 3-1, numbers 1 through 10, and it's written math at the very bottom. It's important to keep that on the bottom if you're going to use this kind of chart here, okay? So math is there. And then he said, you know what? I want 3.2 done by Friday. And then the surface area worksheet needs to be done and turned in by Sunday, okay? So everything that is going to be due for math is on the chart already. Now, I'm going to move this up a little bit. so that we can see the chart just a little better, I hope. And then you can be more focused on what we're looking at and you can read it. All right, hopefully we're not too close for focusing. All right, so I'm just gonna work from the side here. Then I find out what I've got for English. And English also has a read pages 110 through 125 and a quiz from that. And that is also, she's got that on Wednesday as well. All right, but then on Thursday, she's got a rough draft. So I'm gonna put this, and these again are sticky notes that I have cut in half. I've just cut them in half. And I've got two other things from English now that I also have to do, all right? One of them is a graphic organizer, and the other is MobyMax, 20 minutes. So I'm gonna cut that in half, find my scissors. I'm gonna cut that in half, and I'm going to put my graphic organizer, which is due on Friday, right here. And then I've got a MobyMax, that 20 minutes, and I can handle that anywhere I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put it down here toward the bottom of Saturday. All right, I'm gonna leave it hanging off of the chart a little bit. Also, there was ST Math. And ST Math, Qualls would like me to do about 30 minutes of ST Math. Now that can be handled anytime during the week, so I'm just gonna put it down there. Now, science has three things that they're doing. One of them is on Tuesday, and she's got a virtual lab on Tuesday. And then she's got a worksheet that's due on Wednesday. Man, looks like Wednesday is a big day. Looks like Wednesday's a big day. And then she has her vocab unit. Her vocab unit is due on Thursday. All right, so let's say that this is the bulk of what we're doing here. Now, if it was me, and I know I'm gonna get in trouble for this, I would prioritize math and English. Then science, history, that kind of stuff, they're all important, but math and English build on themselves, and there are roadblocks down the way and showstoppers if you don't handle it. So you need to make priorities, but this is going to help us make those priorities. Now on Monday, it doesn't look like I've got anything that's due on Monday. And this is probably going to be typical of all of these because everybody's going to be front loading all their work, or not front loading all their work, but their schedules, and they're going to be like, you know, I'm going to give them time to work on things. So I'm going to give time to work. So I didn't want anything due here, but I put it on Wednesday, and then I put it on Friday, and then on Sunday in case you didn't get it till the weekend. Well, I don't have anything on Monday and Tuesday. So this right here, other than meetings that you're in, this is time to work on something, okay? This isn't time to start that Harry Potter, you know, you know, we're gonna watch all the movies, you know, we're gonna have that marathon, that Harry Potter marathon, which my family actually had, but it was on the first weekend that we were out of school. So we got it out of the way real quick. Which it was cool to watch them, but I'm glad it's over. So we've got this stuff here. If I can get online on Monday and take care of something, this is what I'm going to do. Everything that's due out here is going to be finished, and I'm going to remove it. Now the goal is to get all of these little sticky notes into this section over here, all right? Into this section over here. So on Monday, if I look ahead and I'm like, you know what, there's a video and a worksheet, and I'm gonna do that on Monday, and I got that done for math, and I'm gonna remove it from that calendar, and I'm gonna put it over here, because this is the done section. After I'm done with that, maybe I take care of my virtual lab on Tuesday, and I was already with the science, so I finished the science as well. I'm just gonna put it over there. All right. Now Wednesday, I'm reading my book and I take my quiz. I'm done. I move that over, and maybe I took care of the MobyMax while I was there as well. All right. Then as we're looking forward, we have cleaned this up. As I'm sitting on Wednesday, what I should do is I should look at Thursday. On Thursday, I've got a vocab unit and I've got a rough draft of my paper. So I better get on one of those. But I can see on Wednesday night, I can look at Thursday and I can see what's coming up. And this is what this is all about. Your goal is to get everything done and over here. But no one really, in truth, the people that are the most accomplished people that we know don't dwell upon the goal. They don't dwell upon the goal and if this is my goal, this is my goal, this is my goal. What they do is they set the goal, which in this case is I need to get all this stuff over here. I need to get everything that I need to have done and into this section. And then what they do is they concentrate on what can I do today that will help that? What can I do today? What can I do today? Can I work ahead? If I can, do it. If I can't, what am I supposed to be doing tomorrow? And you concentrate on daily stuff as you work down. Now, at the end of the week, let's say we got all this stuff. My graphic organizer's in. I got all my math done early, which was awesome. I mean, it didn't even go to Sunday, right? And so we're sitting here. Let's say that we didn't get our vocab unit done, all right? And we're working on this. If we didn't get it done on Thursday, we moved it to Friday. And then on Friday, we worked on it a little bit. We got up in the morning on Saturday. I had to finish this thing. Here we go. I got it done. Man, this is sweet. All right. Now he was hoping I got to this, but I didn't get to ST Math. Big deal. All right. The others are over there, and that was what was important. Now, if you look at this, what we should be able to do at the end of the week is we should be able to, all of this stuff is piling down here. And if anybody else walked up on my schedule, they would see that I had two things that I should be working on. On Saturday and Sunday, I should be working on that, but everything's over there. So if everything is here, at the end of the week, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this big pile and I'm either going to shred them or I'm going to crumple them up and I'm going to throw them away, because few things feel better than to get rid of something that you have made yourself on a schedule. All right. Even I do not like these things called honey-do lists, where I get up and I find a list of 3 or 4 things on the counter. My wife and I have a very strong relationship. We've been married for over 30 years, but I do not like to accomplish things that are on somebody else's list. Now, if I put those things on my own list, I'll take care of them. So the key is to make your own list. Now, one of the things that I have is I have 2 of these. And the reason I have 2 of these is because the first thing I should do is, if I haven't finished everything that's on this, the first thing I should do is take what's not finished and I should move it to my next week. I should move it to my next week. I can also keep everything up here, and if somebody says, hey, this is due next week, I can put it into next week's stuff. All right? So one of the things we wanted to do with this is to keep the panic monster at bay. We want to keep this guy out of our business. And what we're trying to do here is plan the things that we know are going to happen every week, and then physically mark what is going to happen for each class. And then as those things get done, either take them and throw them away or put them down here in the complete pile. And as this pile gets bigger and bigger, you will feel the success of getting something done. And that success is what builds the accomplishment. All right. That's what builds the feeling of accomplishment. The feeling of accomplishment is not built by looking at a goal and then worrying about how in the world am I going to accomplish that. Success and accomplishment is built one step at a time, and it builds upon itself rather than the accomplishment of finishing this. And the feeling of accomplishment should be little compared to the bigger things that you're taking care of during the week. All right, so that is one of the ways that I keep track of certain things. When I'm not used to planning, this is what I would do. I would make something like this. Now, you don't have to have it look just like this, and maybe you don't have a bunch of sticky notes, all right? Maybe you don't have these things. You don't have folders. Well, get a big piece of paper, or if you've got a chalkboard or a whiteboard in your room, build something like this. Don't just go with a little calendar with little squares, because you're not going to get anything in it. Put something big like this. You know what? You know where this thing fits? On the front of the fridge. This thing fits on the front of my fridge. I've got a small door on the left and a bigger door on the right, and this is as wide as the bigger door on the fridge is. It fits right on the front of that. It also will fit on your door, on your bedroom door, or the living on the door in the kitchen or something like that. So you've got it in the room with you, and you can use it. Now, this isn't going to work for everybody, but for some of you, it might just be enough to get you over the idea that I've got all this stuff to do and there's no way I can get it all finished, right? Big goals are made with the smaller processes and success that you can find by taking care of individual pieces of the bigger thing on a day-to-day basis, right? Planning, you can see down here, happens on Sunday night. Saturday or Sunday, plans happen down there, okay? That's when you should be looking forward. And if you've got all this stuff in this pile, everything should be easier. So this went a little longer than I wanted to, but I hope it had some information or just a little pieces of, you know, we could make something like that. Or it looks too much, that's okay. Try something. Try some kind of scheduling, all right? We're going to be doing this for a while, all right? And the better we are at this and the quicker we get better at it, the easier and the less stressful everything else is going to be, all right? Okay, I'm out.